What's going on, YouTube? It's Cyclone. I have a really special beer tonight. Um, it's been a while since I've done one of their barrel-aged stouts, so this should be a really tasty treat. It's another Trillium beer, and I went today. I ordered these online like right away. I got the memo when I purchased two of these. You're only allowed to buy two. This is their barrel-aged coffee cake stout. Look at this, guys. Absolutely delicious. Just to tell you, it was bottled on the 16th, so what, 2 days ago? Right? 3 days ago. Bottle's 3 days old. Now, I'm having one super fresh because it's a coffee stout. It is Imperial Stout with Vietnamese cinnamon, vanilla, and coffee. 14.4% alcohol, 750 milliliter bottle. It has all the information I care about getting when I get a bottle of beer. The special thing about it, though, I want to see if this has like a slightly breadier, maltier taste to it of coffee cake. I know the cinnamon is probably going to be bringing out some of those other dessert qualities. And I also want to see how this tastes on a syrupy body. If the vanilla is big, the coffee's big, and the cinnamon is big, this could be a really tasty treat. I'm going to have one now, and the other bottle, I'm going to probably have that like maybe in a month or two, maybe. I'd say 2 months at the latest. I don't want to drink that bottle any older than 2 to 3 months because I want to see, actually the fresh one, I want to see how big the coffee is. If the coffee isn't really big at all, then you can age the sucker for 12 years. Like, it doesn't matter. You probably shouldn't. I'd say drink one of these like within 5 years. But I'm going to tell you how the coffee is. Let's hope that it's big. I want to have that nice, robust profile. Let's get into it. Decent hiss for a 14.5% beer. Oh, man. The vanilla is off the chain. I can smell some of the cinnamon, like sweetness in there. That smells freaking awesome. Ooh, that smells so good. Motor oil. I'm not surprised, but, you know, it's motor oil, guys. It's motor oil. Not a lot of carbonation. We're going to get maybe a half finger ahead. It's a finger. We're getting a finger. There you go, guys. A 14.5%er by Trillium. I know this is going to be a tasty treat. I really want to see how the coffee is balanced in here and what other notes are we going to enjoy from this one. That is big time cinnamon. It almost smells like, to me, it almost smells like a bread pudding. The cinnamon is off the charts. Cinnamon, nutmeg, a little bit of coffee. The cinnamon it is all over it. I am actually very impressed by that. Wow. Cinnamon, 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 vanilla. Some of the coffee's in there. I do smell it. Tiramisu all day, every day. Like, it smells like tiramisu. It smells like cinnamon. You're getting that vibe to it, definitely. Oh, it smells so good. It does smell like coffee. It has that scent, really. I feel like it's the cinnamon and the vanilla coming together. And some of that coffee. Ooh, that smells good. That smells really tasty, guys. Well, let's try this one. I'm very excited. That is big. That is big. I'm looking for the coffee. Give me a second here. First off, It's very drinkable. It's molasses motor oil texture with dark chocolate all over it, roasted malts. Vanilla and cinnamon are dancing all through it. The coffee, I'm looking for the coffee. I think I'm just a little bit overwhelmed by the cinnamon. It's humongous. It's really good, but I'm just, again, give me a moment here. This one I have to process because I've never had this much cinnamon in a beer before. It's mine. It's just like, wow, you know. Wow. Wow. A hint of booziness. We're at 14.5%. It's nigh impossible to hide that sort of alcohol presence. I think this one warm is going to be a really tasty treat. So let's have it warm up, and I will come right back. Everybody, I'm back here with Trillium's barrel-aged coffee cake. This is just really good. It's surprisingly drinkable and even slightly delicate on the finish. But that's not to say it's lightweight or lacking flavor. There's a ton of flavor here. Cinnamon all over it. There's like a vanilla coffee in the middle. Or like a vanilla, like you ever had light roast coffee with vanilla? Excuse me. If you ever had that sort of coffee, that's all through it. Roasted malt, dark chocolate. Well, I'd say it's like, there's some chocolate, but I think the vanilla is a little bit bigger to be fair. The molasses is definitely here, all over it. All of their stouts have molasses throughout the whole thing, but like, I'd say it's more molassesy than it is chocolatey. You're really getting the cinnamon up front, vanilla and coffee in the middle, with some molasses and roasted malt thrown in. I'd say an 8.5 out of 10 on the thickness scale. I have had heavier beer, but we're talking like this much. The only point I'm trying to make is there's a delicacy to this that I was very surprised by. The finish, there's like a coffee and cinnamon flavor on the finish, a little bit of vanilla, but it's not sticky or clinging to my palate. It's almost on the dry side, which then goes to my best point about this whole thing. The drinkability is almost on its own tier. Like, I don't think I've ever had a stout that's this smooth. There's no booze to consider. It's 14.5%. That is absolutely delicious. There's the coffee, a little bit of coffee in there, light roast coffee, and it's just easy. The finish is not overwhelming or too much. It's almost like, there you go. And then your palate's clear again. I think the cinnamon is aiding to that palate cleansing effect. The spice is taking up a little bit more of what some other malt characteristics may leave behind. It's such a pleasure to get your hands on a beer like this. And again, I've actually only done one of what I call their dessert stouts, I think, one other time. The Permutation 57. I have one bottle left of it. I'd say the Permutation 57 is a more complex journey. That one's like a once in a lifetime, and I've had 3 bottles of that, and trust me, it takes you to another dimension. But this is still a 10. Like, there's no other way I can explain it. For the style, it's a pastry stout. It has all 3 featured flavors. I can taste all featured flavors, and it's priced like $25 for the bottle. I totally get it. Apparently, it was aged, I think, 1.5 years in the bourbon barrels, which is crazy. But the drinkability is shocking. It's shocking how drinkable this is for a 14.5%. It is astonishing how drinkable it is. Cinnamon dances in there, the vanilla, the coffee. That's so good. A little bit spicy, definitely sweet, and malty and earthy. They nailed it. Of course they nailed it. For me, the 10 really comes in the fact that the flavors are all there, the information's on the bottle, and that the drinkability is so high. It's shocking how drinkable it is. So I'm a huge fan of it. I'm so glad I have one more bottle to enjoy at some other, special time. You probably could age this and be okay. However, the coffee taste I'm getting now, I really enjoy it in the profile. So I would say drink this within the first 6 months if you can. So for me, I'm probably going to drink my second bottle within the next 2 to 3 months. I do like where that coffee is sitting. It's like right there, and I enjoy that flavor. So my advice, if you do happen to get a bottle of this, make sure it's within a 6-month period. So good luck to those of you who are not in the area. If you're trading, if you are in the area, Massachusetts, go get it. I mean, I'm actually not sure if they're still selling it. I bought it online on a mailing list. I'm on a mailing list basically because I gave them I've done online orders. So the trick is to do the online orders, give them the information. They will email you an alert like, oh, at 5 o'clock today, we are releasing this beer. And you're like, okay, at 5 o'clock, I log on and I purchase it online. You have to buy it online. Otherwise, these sell out in like a day, less. Don't rely on the store if you want to try these white label stouts. And these are, again, whenever you see custom artwork like this on a Trillium bottle, you see a piece of dessert or a coffee cup, you know that you're getting an absolute treat. That's the sign that this is one you should look out for. So, again, a 10. That's so good. It's easy. It's flavorful, syrupy and molassesy, but it's easy going and super drinkable. That's crazy. All right, let's see what Untapped has to say about it. It's getting a 4.45. That is a legit score. That's a very good score, and I'm not opposed to that. Again, I'm giving it a perfect score. That's very good. That's really good. Yeah, again, I would say what sells this to me is the drinkability factor. It's off the charts. It's so smooth and easygoing. You would think, I would probably think it's 12% given the molassesy character, but it's 14.5. It's so good. So if you can, get your hands on this. And that's my final word, guys. Cyclone signing off.